The Wolf Story, Chapter 6 by William McLeery. At breakfast the following Sunday, Mackenzie's father said, "Well, son, what about an excursion?" "Yippee!" screamed Mackenzie. "What about my eardrums?" said Mackenzie's mother, holding her head. "Washington Square?" said his father. Washington Square was a small park just a few blocks away. "That's not an excursion," said Mackenzie. "Let's go to Jones's Beach." "But it's too chilly to go swimming." "We could play on the sand." "I could fix you a lunch to take along," said Mackenzie's mother. "Do you realise how far it is to Jones Beach?" cried his father. "We can take Steffi," said Mackenzie, "and fly a kite." "Oh, well, that's an idea," said his father, who liked to fly kites. "Maybe we could get that big box kite in the air." During the summer, Mackenzie's father had bought a box kite about as large as a kitchen stove and almost as heavy. In fact, it was so heavy he had never been able to get it off the ground. He thought perhaps the wind at the beach would be strong enough to lift it. And then, of course, he wanted to go where his son wanted to go. Mackenzie went next door to get Stefan, while his mother fixed a lunch for them, and his father went to the basement to find the big box kite, which was rolled up in a long paper bag. And soon they were driving along the Franklin D. Roosevelt Drive toward the Triborough Bridge, and the boys were firing imaginary fusillades at every ship in the East River. They crossed the bridge and passed LaGuardia Airport, where huge passenger planes were roaring in and out every few seconds. And then the boys settled down in the front seat, and Mackenzie's father resumed the story of Rainbow. "Let's see, where were we?" he said. "Oh, yes, Jimmy Tractor-Wheel." Jimmy Tractor-Wheel went into the forest in search of Rainbow. "He took a compass to find the wolf with," said Mackenzie. "And a bat to hit him with," said Stefan. "No, the compass was to find his way home," said Baba, "in case he got lost." Anyway, Jimmy went bravely into the forest. He walked and he walked and he walked. Very quietly. He thought of calling Rainbow, but decided not to. "The wolf might hear him," said Mackenzie. "And eat Rainbow," said Stefan. "That's right." So he went quietly, and every few minutes he would stop and listen. He would turn his head slowly and listen very hard in every direction. "Like this?" said Mackenzie. He turned his head slowly from side to side. "Yes, and do you know what he's listening for?" said Mackenzie's father. "Clucking!" cried the boys. Yes. For a long time he heard nothing but the wind sighing in the pine trees and the birds chirping. And then, after a while, very faintly, far away, he heard it. Cluck, 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 cluck. Rainbow. He turned his head this way and that, trying to decide where the clucking came from. And then he set off in what he thought was the right direction. "As fast as his legs would carry him," said Mackenzie. "But quietly," said Baba, so as not to alarm the wolf. But to his great disappointment, The clucking got quieter instead of louder. Why was that? Rainbow is getting tired, said Stefan. No. The wolf took Rainbow in his den, cried Mackenzie. No. The clucking got fainter and quieter because Jimmy was travelling in the wrong direction. Oh yes, said the boys, snuggling harder against the front seat of the car. So Jimmy Tractor Wheel, instead of going so much this way, instead started going a little more that way, and the clucking grew louder and louder and louder. He was almost to the clearing. He took off his sneakers and walked in his stocking feet on tiptoe, 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 so quietly. Suddenly, ding dong, ding dong! He heard a bell ringing. What could it be? He lay flat on his belly and peeked around a juniper bush, and there in the clearing before him, what did Jimmy see? Rainbow the hen, and across the clearing in front of his den stood the wolf, Waldo, wearing a dirty old pink apron. Ding dong, ding dong! The wolf was ringing a dinner bell. Come and get it, cried the wolf. The water is boiling and I'm hungry. Hurry, hurry. Rainbow did not move. Neither did Jimmy. He was waiting for Waldo to come closer so he could hit him with the baseball bat. Come on, snarled the wolf. Get in here, or must I come and drag you in? I'm not quite finished with my breakfast, said Rainbow. Come on. I'd like one more worm. No. One little bitsy half worm? No, thundered the wolf. Please. The wolf shook his head. Pretty please. I'm ready to eat you right now, yelled the wolf. So come on. Give me till you count to 25, said the hen. I will not. Quit stalling. You don't know how to count to 25, said the hen. I certainly do, said the wolf. And now, said Mackenzie's father, here we are. This is where we leave the car and we walk through that underpass to the beach. The boys could hear the roaring of the waves. They could taste the sea salt of the sea on their lips. They were so excited to be near the ocean that they forgot all about Rainbow and scampered off to the underpass, leaving Baba to carry the blanket, a lunch basket, 2 sweaters, a kite, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balls of string. Well, Mackenzie, this is getting very exciting. What is going to happen to Rainbow? And do you think the wolf can count to 25? That wolf must be very silly, because you can count to 25. I've heard you do it many times. I think the hen is very clever. What do you think? And what do you think is going to happen to Jimmy? Is Jimmy going to catch the wolf, do you think? Well, all I know is that you like the beach as well. And I think the boys are going to have a lovely, lovely day at the beach with Baba. Well, we are going to have a lovely day at the beach again soon, Mackenzie. So I'll be in Taipei again soon. And we'll go to the beach at Fulong. And we'll go and jump in the ocean like we did before. Hopefully the sun won't be as hot as it was then, and we can stay there longer. We can also go on the train if you want to go on the train. But I don't think we're going to carry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balls of string now. We'll take a couple of balls though, eh? What do you think, Mackenzie? Should we take a little picnic as well? I don't think I want chicken though, after reading this story about Rainbow. But you can tell me what you think about the story. What's going to happen to Rainbow? What's going to happen to the wolf? And what is going to happen to Jimmy? Let me know. Tell me what you think. Night night, big boy. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. You know why? Because Baba loves you very much. Night night.